This National Guardsman is wearing the state-issued wool uniform based on the Army's fatigue uniform. He wears the iconic campaign or fatigue hat and canvas leggings that soldiers from this era are known for. His state-issued leather belt and McKeever cartridge box have been replaced by a cotton webbing Mills cartridge belt for his 45-70 Springfield breech-loading rifle, more commonly known as the trapdoor Springfield. On his left hip is a haversack issued by the Army to carry his rations that he has marked with his unit information. The state-issued haversack would feature the letters NGP instead of US. On his right hip is his canteen that was issued by the Army. The state canteen would have a cloth strap and would be marked NGP. On his back is a blanket bag to carry his blanket, overcoat, and other issued equipment. His cup hangs from a strap located on the bottom of the blanket bag. In the Philippine Islands, the 10th Regiment would be actively involved in operations for nearly its entire time in service. Their uniforms and equipment, or lack thereof, would reflect this in their appearance. Due to the climate, the fatigue blouse was typically not worn, and many of the men simply wore undershirts or lighter weight shirts that they procured for themselves, rather than the issued overshirt. Leggings were often dispensed with as well. Their hats started to change shape due to the elements, as well as to suit the individual soldier's taste. While the regiment was still armed with the trapdoor Springfield, in April 1899, 25 men per company would receive Craig rifles. The Army wanted the volunteer units to be able to have a longer range weapon, which also increased the rate of fire due to the magazine and bolt action of the new rifle. Another uniform worn on campaign was the Army's fatigue uniform made from brown duck cloth. This cotton uniform was very popular in the Philippines and mentioned in accounts from the regiments that served there. The 10th traveled a lot lighter in the Philippines than the regiment did going to the annual encampments around the state. The knapsacks and blanket bags would remain in the rear with the unit property, and the men had limited their baggage to blanket rolls made from their shelter halves or rubber blankets. Other uniform and equipment items were dispensed with as well to lighten their load, or because these items had become unserviceable due to the wear from active campaign and the elements. Each company would also have 1 or 2 locally procured wagons pressed into service, but these were most likely utilized for ammunition and rations. Due to the nature of the conflict in 1899, the 10th Regiment would have to remain vigilant while carrying out their assignments. The regiment would often man the trenches and field fortifications around captured cities, conduct scouting missions into the territory around their positions, as well as manning outposts out in front of their lines to observe enemy activity and provide a warning to the rest of the Army. This period of heightened readiness would continue for the 10th Regiment as they encountered adversaries that faced them in organized units, as well as small groups that staged ambushes along supply routes, and even individuals that carried out attacks inside villages and cities. The 10th would finally be relieved and assigned to constabulary duties before sailing home to the United States during the summer of 1899. If you liked this video, please let us know in the comments. Let us know what you would like to see next.